Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Poppy Tooker, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hey, Miss Poppy.
Hey,
hello. Also with us, Scott Galante, captain of the Rolling Elvi, which will be rolling in some parades next week, and we're so thrilled to have him here. Hey, Scott, welcome.
Hey Peggy, thanks so much.
Alan Mason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and TheaterCriticism.com. And in a little while, we have a preview of the Rex Parade, so we have lots of Mardi Gras things to talk about. Poppy, some top-of-the-line food to go.
Well, you know, a lot of good things did happen during the pandemic, and one of them was pandemic-born Le Petit Bleu. And last time we had Mardi Gras, it didn't exist. That's the Commander's Takeout place that's right next door to the iconic building on Washington. And let me tell you what, Commander's To Go is really pretty fabulous. There's lots of grab and go in there. And you can get sandwiches, you can get Chef Meg's Parade Route Poor Boy, which is shrimp Henneken inspired. There's king cake ice cream. There's muffaladas. There's cocktail mixes. And, you know, talk about a great hostess gift. There's Commander's turtle soup and gumbo and salads and more. So don't forget to put Le Petit Bleu on your route. And then if you go a little further downtown, I want to remind everybody of all the deliciousness at Koshan Butcher. This year, they are doing, for the first time, a parade package with 48 hours notice from Koshan Butcher, feeds 10, 20 pieces of fried chicken, a half pan of jambalaya, 10 sandwiches that include ham, turkey, pimento cheese, and of course, 10 bags of Zapp's potato chips. And if you've got friends who you're sad about because they can't make Mardi Gras this year, you can send them Koshan Butcher's Mardi Gras meal kit, all cooked and ready to go, red beans and rice, smoked pork and sausage, of course, from Koshan, bacon, pralines, Mardi Gras beads. It's for 4. Order it by next Thursday, the 24th, for Saturday delivery. And then also, you saw a little glimpse of that Elvis king cake. So don't forget peanut butter, roasted bananas, and marshmallow cream with bacon bits.
Some of his favorites.
And a little pig instead of a baby, my favorite.
All right. Thank you so much, Poppy. And over to Alan. Alan, were you feeling a little chilly about this play? I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I got it upside down, but let me make sure I got it right. The Disney Theatrical Group, of course, is responsible for so many of what we now know on Broadway as big blockbusters hits, Lion King, etc., Aladdin, etc. But they closed down Frozen on Broadway. They should not have. This is one heck of a show. It's a successful run with special effects that augment the performers like you've never seen before. Sometimes, of course, you'll see some technical achievements that highlight. This is throughout the entire show. The Frozen special effects are there. It's a time-proven formula, though, for the Disney company. Give them an audience with a spectacle, top-notch talent, fabulous songs, and orchestrations and inventive choreography, and they have a hit. Then the roles of Elsa and Anna are 2 Carolines. Caroline Bowman as Elsa, the Arendelle prince come queen, who holds a terrible secret. And there you see Caroline Innerbichler, who portrays the more playful and slightly gullible younger princess Anna. Frozen the musical follows the screenplay of the musical, in which is based by Jennifer Lee and with music by Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. Also, I might mention that comic relief F. Michael Haney provides the puppetry and the speaking and singing voice of Olaf, the enchanted snowman who longs for an ill-advised warm spell in the song In Summer. Bowman's icy performance, though, is really at the heart of what it comes in, especially in Let It Go. You're just going to love that. Another person is Christoph. Mason Reeves plays the reluctant hero quite well. And also in the cast is Austin Colby, who plays the beguiling Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. This is a show to be seen with the kids, but it's not just for kids. It really has some psychological drama as well. It's charming. I recommend this as an experience for both adults and kids. The special effects will amaze you. And please keep in mind, guys, it's sort of a a lesson, an object lesson we can teach our children, and an opportunity. When you bring in your cameras, et cetera, your cell phones, try to tell the kids that not taking pictures is really advisable during the run of the show. Not only is it a distraction, but also those are copyrighted performances. Now, meanwhile, A Night with Billy and Ella. This is what's next up on the BB Stage Door Canteen, and you're going to see the wonderful Brittany Williams coming up. Brittany was the Stage Door Idol winner back in 2019. She's still the reigning Stage Door Idol winner, and she actually is the book writer for the show of A Night with Billy and Ella. And you're going to see, there she is.
Wow.
She's got the persona down. So now she wrote the book, and then the two people going to play it. Chloe Marie Johnson will star as Ella, and Kathleen Moore as Lady Day or Billie Holiday. Harry Marone's going to lead a small ensemble of musical personnel, and he'll be serving as music director also on piano. A Night with Billy and Ella is at BB Stage Door Canteen. That'll be on Friday and Saturday, March the 18th and the 19th, and of course the 25th and 26th, and then of course on the 18th and the 27th on Sunday at 2 p.m. The Jefferson Performing Arts Society, meanwhile, announced this week they're having their summer intensive for kids, grades 1 through 12, and there are specific groups. So you have grades 1 through 8, 3 through 8, and then 6 through 12. So check that out on jps.org/summer 2022. And finally, for those looking for some weekend fun without parading, check out the return of the Comedy Zone at Teatro Wego in West Wego, Peggy. A lot of fun there. And again, it starts at 7:30 p.m. on both tomorrow and Saturday.
All right, thank you so much. And moving over to Mr. Scott. And if someone is not familiar, they should be by now because you've been around for quite a while. But tell them about the Rolling Elvi and what you do.
Well, we've been around for a while, since about 2003, and we are a Mardi Gras parading group. And we're in 4 parades this year. And we all dress in our version of the king and get on 49cc scooters, or roughly equivalent, and parade together. And we've grown, our numbers have grown to several hundred now, and we bring with us the Priscillas on a float, and we've got our coordinated dancing group known as the Jailhouse Rockers. You'll see a few of them in that picture, and we just have a fantastic time around anything parading and carnival in New Orleans.
Well, I think Muses is probably, look at this, that was quite an honor. I remember those photos of notable New Orleanians, so that was very nice that you were asked to represent the Elvi in that. But look at you all, and is Muses the only night parade?
No, it's not. In fact, in recent years, we've started to do Cleopatra, which is tomorrow night. Now, that mainly focuses on our Jailhouse Rockers, which is the coordinating dance crew. But you'll see some of the rollers tomorrow night, too.
Now, I know you also have some show and tell in terms of throws. So,
I do. For those of you that follow us, we don't have our typically dated throws, but we've still done a pretty good job this year of putting together some throws I think people will be looking for. First off, we've updated our annualized voodoo dolls. This is Priscilla and Elvis. Those are always, we only do those one a year, and then we stop making that one. For those of you that were in the crew of the house float, you may have remembered that these Elvi yard signs were part of what you could get to put in your yard, and we've made those into a magnet this year, and of course our coveted throw, our silk scarves.
Okay, so once again, tomorrow, Cleopatra.
That's right.
And Muses, and where else can we find you?
Sunday, we're going to be in King Arthur, behind Float 40, and Thursday night, Muses, obviously, and then Sunday in Iris, although I'm not sure of our float positions yet next week. We're still kind of getting
Scott, one thing we should point out is that it's not like you all are just together for just Mardi Gras. You do a lot of stuff throughout the year, don't you? Especially for local charities.
We do activities constantly. We have raised money for all kinds of local charities. One of the big ones is Young Audiences of Louisiana. It's somebody that we donate to annually and actively raise money. We're in all kinds of praise, Toys for Tots during the Christmas time. We do the Crew of Boo. We're the most active social club I know.
I love that. And when you say the Priscillas, of course, once again, you're referring to the female component of what of your crew, right?
Oh yeah, Elvis had Priscilla. The Elvi have our Priscillas, and they parade with us whenever they can.
I love it. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks, Becky.
And on Mardi Gras Day, the Rex Parade will celebrate 150 years of rolling tableaus, highlighting some favorite themes from the past. Here we have a sneak preview.
Rex has a big anniversary in 2022. It's 150th to be exact. And what better way to celebrate than to look at past parade themes for inspiration. After all, Rex is historically known as the School of Design. What began in 1872 as a loose confederation of decorated wagons and miscellaneous maskers would blossom into an organized parade with floats. Fast forward to the present. Most carnival crews will roll this year using what would have been their floats from last year, when, due to the pandemic, parades were canceled. Rex faced its own unique challenge.
Last year we had a parade ready to roll. When we couldn't do that, we had to park that, take it apart, start all over again, because we'd prepared this very special theme to honor 150 years of history and artistic legacy.
What was to have been the 2021 Rex Parade has been rescheduled for 2023. A parade such as Rex requires themes planned years in advance.
Within a couple of years of each carnival, Henri Schindler, our artistic director, will work with Caroline Thomas and others from Royal Artists to develop those float titles into sketches, conceptual sketches initially, and then very detailed watercolor sketches. Those are reproduced and used here at the Den to build each parade.
In conjunction with the 150th anniversary, there are some new additions to this year's parade.
We wanted to have a very special float for the 150th anniversary, and what we found was a beautiful riderless float in the 1892 parade, similar to what the early floats would have been. So what we'll see is a beautiful representation of the Rex coat of arms and the supporting figures. It will be pulled by mules, so this really will be a throwback to a 19th century float.
It's no surprise there are a few favorites among the floats.
I think my favorite float is the Realm of Flowers, only because it is the float that went absolute crazy on the flower design on it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it moving, because I think all of those flowers going down the street are going to have that type of like animation to them, just in the very bumpy streets of New Orleans.
I consulted with Henri Schindler, our artistic director, and we found that we shared a favorite. And that's the float that's devoted to the artists of the School of Design. It'll be one of the last floats in the parade, and highlighted there are the earliest artists, Charles Britton, Bror Wickstrom, Sonilla Bauer Alexander, and the beautiful artist palette. Over the next 50 or 60 years, a series of remarkable female artists were responsible for the Rex Parade. We have a counterpart to those artists today. Caroline Thomas, who is the lead artist for Royal Artists, to my knowledge is the first parade designer. She makes the beautiful sketches that we work from here in the Den, but she also actually paints many of these floats and many of these figures.
I think one of the things that's special is that we do try to hold on to a lot more of those traditional materials and techniques. And for something like Rex that has that rich history, it's nice to be just continuing that with the parade.
Another new feature will be walking figures, once a regular sight in Rex parades.
But we brought them back this year particularly as a reference to a connection to Via Reggio in Italy. Early in Darwin Fenner's captaincy, he sent a young float maker named Blaine Kern to Via Reggio, Italy to learn about their float making and their parading techniques. And we've tried to replicate that this year in the Rex Parade. Jonathan Berticelli, who is a third generation descendant of a family from Via Reggio, came over to work with Blaine Kern. And we're happy to have walking figures as part of that connection.
The kind of handcrafted artistry in Rex parades can be further appreciated by the numbers. Each of the almost 20 newly designed floats annually involves about a month's work, from a crew of up to 6 people. Yet another aspect of the century-and-a-half anniversary is the publication of a new book, Rex 150 Years of the School of Design by Dr. Hales. There are also exhibitions focusing on Rex history at the Louisiana State Museum's Presbytere and at the Historic New Orleans Collection. Since Hurricane Katrina, Rex's Pro Bono Publico Foundation has contributed over $10 million to the betterment of local public schools. So happy anniversary, Rex. Even after the parade passes by, the legacy of artistry and altruism remains.
The Rex Parade rolls at 10:30 a.m., starting at Napoleon and St. Charles Avenues on the Uptown Parade route, of course. That's Mardi Gras Day. Go to rexorganization.com for more information. And special thanks to photographer, editor Lenny Delbert and his good friend Steve. The drone footage alone was so impressive, but thanks for all their very, very hard work. And y'all, I have to tell you that what is amazing about the Rex Parade, and there's some other parades who had to, of course, do this too, but they were almost 80% done with the 2021 parade, which had a totally different theme, and they had to back up and clear off all the props for that parade, store those props, repaint everything, and then, you know, what they're wanting to use, especially for the 150th, they had that special theme for this year. So let's just say that the Rex Den has been a very, very busy place. So God bless them. On to Poppy.
Well, more about Mardi Gras Day. Let's talk about where to hang out between parades. And one of the things I wanted to suggest people do is hang out at the new Tujague's for a quick one or two or a third drink to go. Mark's going to have multiple bars set up. There'll be hurricanes and strawberry margaritas. That's the Mardi Gras Smash, which is bourbon and blackberry liqueur and lemon juice. Friday the 25th, next Friday through Mardi Gras Day, their hours are going to be 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. So plenty time to hang out at Tujague's and knock a couple of cocktails back. And if you're spending Mardi Gras Day on the Avenue, think about dropping into the Bayou Bar. Their special hours that day are going to be 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They're going to also be serving red beans and jambalaya, duck wings, and shrimp etouffee. So that's a really lovely spot to just drop in. And if you're downtown, I suggest during the Mardi Gras parades, think about stopping by the auction house. The crowds tend to be pretty small at the corner of Magazine and Julia. They're open 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and they have a happy hour on weekdays from 4 until 7. There's lots of things so everybody can find something that they want to eat, plenty libations, and of course, the big thing we're always looking for, bathrooms.
Absolutely. And back over to Alan. And I had a special request this time for Alan because even though we talked to him as in his conjunction as theater critic, around this time of the year you have another job, don't you?
I get very busy. This is my military whistle. And it is a very important part of what I do, most of which involves the writing of the manuscripts and the delivering of the narrations for all the different carnival crews that I am the narrator for. And again, according to Arthur Hardy, I've been narrating since 1975. I really don't know because it's been such a blur, but I do remember first sitting in as a replacement for the great Norris Fitzmaurice, again, at the crew of Venus Ball. I believe I've opened and closed approximately 250 balls. It could be more. Other than the captain, the narrator is the only person allowed to blow that whistle to start or end a carnival ball. Many balls, of course, were formerly held at the Municipal Auditorium, others at hotels with grand supper dances that followed the parades. The other duty of a narrator is to serve as the parade announcer. This is me a few years ago. On behalf of the crew, I work as a liaison with the city officials in making toasts to royalty. Here I am with the Honorable Mayor LaToya Cantrell at one of the narrations for a parade. I believe that would be the crew of Ancient Druids. I was also pleased to work with the former Mayor Mitch Landrieu along with his city officials. Occasionally as the narrator, I will present the key to the city on behalf of the city at the official reviewing stand at the Hotel Intercontinental, a few blocks down from the Gallier Hall facility. Several celebrities or dignitaries may show up at these reviewing stands. There's Andy Garcia on the left with the King of Iris for that year. One of my special balls that I do, that I narrate as well as write the tableau for, is the Knights of Babylon ball. That's going to be next Thursday. And there I am with my partner for the night who's responsible for the voices of all the ladies in the script. And that is a former Queen of Carrollton and my former producer at WWL Radio more than 4 decades ago, Gia Rabito. As I mentioned, part of what happens is you get to see a lot of celebrities and you try to make it fun for everybody out there. Some of the toasts involve some celebrities like Brian Batt here. You'll see all kind of politicians too. Here is course, one of my favorite shots. This is a picture of two mayors who are sons of mayors. There's Mitch Landrieu and Mark
Great
Morial at Gallier Hall. How about that for a shot?
That's wonderful.
So come out to Gallier Hall this weekend for my narration on Saturday for the crew of Pontchartrain. And again, I'll be at the Intercontinental Hotel on Sunday for the official toast for the crew of Carrollton. Next week, the same thing for Iris. And then, of course, at Gallier Hall for the Mystic crew of Ancient Druids, the crew of Hermes, the crews of Okeanos, Mid-City, and Toth. That's all three in one day on Sunday. And then, of course, I get to rest on Carnival Day. So.
Well, Alan, bravo to you
Thank
on that.
you. I do appreciate it. Now, I did want to mention one thing about theater. We have to mention it before we leave. The Seth concert series this week will not be on Sunday. It'll be on Monday night, and his guest will be Caitlin Kinuan. She was the star of The Prom on Broadway, and she'll be Seth's guest. Here's a shot of her as she's going to appear on the show, and here's a shot of her from The Prom. She was wonderful, and again, I recommend that very highly for all of you to make it the Seth concert series.
All right, thank you very much, and back over to Poppy.
Well, it's time for our picks of the week, Peg, and my pick for one last time this year is don't forget the King Cake Hub. It's just amazing. They keep adding king cakes. There's my trunk filled with cakes last week. It's amazing what you can do. They're there through Mardi Gras at the Zoni Mash on South Broad. One of the things I picked up that day was a cake they just started to carry, Mad Batter's Almond Joy King Cake. Here's a perfect example of something fabulously delicious that comes from down in Chalmette. I never would have tasted it if it weren't for the King Cake Hub.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
The Mad Batter Bakery. I love it. Thank you. Scott, more show and tell here?
Just a few. I want to give a shout out to our queen of Priscilla's, Kim, who designs our throws. This year is a couple of the special Priscilla throws. I love these two. It's a compact with a little lipstick that happens to be a pen. So keep an eye out for them on the route.
So clever. Thank you. Alan.
Well, keep those Ann Margarets busy, too, because I'm looking right now. Anyway, C. Leonard Raybon, who's serving as the interim director at Tulane Summer Lyric, has announced his season for this summer. And look at who's going to be on it. You've got, first off, Bandstand in June, a great show from Broadway that starred Laura Ostis and Beth Level. Then they're bringing back Stephen Sondheim's Into the Woods. Of course, that was a show he did with James Lapine. And then, of course, the final will be Rent, and that's going to be fantastic, of course. So go check all that out. They're having their auditions right now. You can find all that out by going to their site, cast98.com, and I'll see you at the theater.
All right. Thank you so much, Alan. And my picks, I got a lot of picks. This Saturday, tune in to WYES for 9 hours of carnival programming. Our Mardi Gras Marathon begins at 3 p.m. with a documentary all on a Mardi Gras day. And you'll also see Mardi Gras, the passing parade. Chappie goes to Mardi Gras. Wow. New Orleans parades from the past, and even a Mardi Gras-themed episode of, yes, The Lawrence Welk Show. We love it. That's this Saturday from 3 p.m. until midnight, right here in WYES. And we've got the Threadhead Cultural Foundation, who is presenting once again the 30th annual Carnival Costume Bazaar. That's this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the corner of Spain and St. Claude Streets, near the Healing Center. Cree McCree and Katie Wells are among the many, look how beautiful they are, many longtime costume designers whose work will be featured. I just love headdresses. They're just, look at that, look at Cree's. You can go to the Costume Bazaar's Facebook page for more details, but if you need a costume or a piece of a costume, that's the place. Okay, next Thursday's Muses Parade will feature some unique throws. I got show and tell. Okay, well, of course, we've seen this one, huh? But here's a magnet. I had not seen this one before. Throw me something, sister. I can't wait to give this to my sister. Okay. And then, how about this will help heal, because you know they have the signature of course, the shoe. This will help heal the world. And bracelets. So love that, love that. All right. Then, that's not all. Friday a week's Le Coup d'Etat. Very satirical. They're handing out, get this, jester hats. We love this, the jester hat. It does fit my head. And we also, you know, they're known for their blinky lights, okay? And also their signature ladder throws, too. I love that, the Mardi Gras ladder. Isn't that great? Great job. They have lots stuff. Okay, and then of course the Sunday before Mardi Gras, Bacchus. And on float 4, they are actually handing out, it's called, the Bacchatality. Okay, I didn't want to screw that up. Like hospitality. And it is from a group that all the people on the float are from the hospitality world who work here. And there are all those riders. So this is red beans. This is red beans. Look at this. Isn't that great? The crew of Bacchatality and coffee. So very nice. So just had to show you some of that. But the Throw Me Something system, I'm a particular fan of. That's great. Anyway, lots of show and tell. Next week, in place of our usual Steppin' Out, we'll feature our special edition, Steppin' Out, It's Carnival Time, giving you the overview of the celebration with Arthur Hardy and Errol Laborde. Once again, Thursday night at 7 p.m., repeated Friday at 11 p.m. Generations Hall is featuring their annual Bacchus Bash, an all-day and night street party, practically, with lots of bands, including the Molly Ringwalds and DJ Manny Fresh, and along with food trucks. It is free, the concert, but for VIP tickets that would include food and drink, you can go to metronola.com and click on tickets. Okay, so on Mardi Gras Day, WYES presents a full day of carnival programming, surprise, right? Culminating with, I'm so excited, the live broadcast of the Rex Ball and the meeting of the courts of Rex and the Mystic Crew of Comus. That is Mardi Gras evening with a new start time, 7 p.m. The program could also be seen live streaming and on WYES's channel on their YouTube, along with PBS and WYES apps. Finally, looking ahead, our faves, Phil Melanson, Rich Look, and Larry Barron, have a brand new satirical show. Some folks might remember a certain show called Nobody Likes A, okay? Remember Sam Adams?
Right.
He's wonderful. Well, Sam Adams, this is a tribute. They're kicking it off for 2 weekends, but kicking off March 5th at the Britannia in Canal Place, and then the next week, right next to the Monkey Hill Bar, which used to be a restaurant space, but it's a wonderful theater space. So don't miss that. For reservations, call 202-0986. Well, y'all, I wish all my little pals here a very happy Mardi Gras. And Scott, I hope you get to see some other parades that you don't have to roll in, right?
Well, I'll see a few more, and I'm in a few more too.
But y'all have a wonderful time, and thank you very much for watching. Good night.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.